Hello students, as in my previous video I was talking about oxidation number, charge and valency. There I told you S and P block elements show group valency, while D and F block elements show variable valency. What's the meaning of group valency? See, hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium, they are there in the same group and they all are having valency 1. What about fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine? They all are 7th A group elements and are having valency 1. So this is what the meaning of group valency means. All members of the group will be showing same valency. Why S and P block elements show group valency while D and F block elements show variable valency? Because in case of S and P block elements, either NS electrons or NS and NP electrons takes part there in the bond formation. In case of S block elements, only NS electron takes part there in the bond formation, and in case of P block elements, only NP electron takes part there in the bond formation. What about the D and F block elements? In case of D block elements, NS and N-1 electrons, that is valence S and penultimate D, both electrons can take part there in the bond formation. And in case of F block elements, NS plus N-1D plus N-2F, all electrons can take part there in the bond formation. That is why they show such a large number of valencies. That is why they show variable valency. See once again, D block elements, in case of D block elements, NS and N-1D electrons can take part there in the bond formation, and in case of F block elements, NS, that is valence S, N-1D, that is penultimate D, and N-2F, that is pre-penultimate or anti-penultimate F electrons. So all the 3 electrons which are there in the valence S subshell, penultimate D subshell and anti-penultimate F subshell can take part there in the bond formation. That's why F block elements show such a large number of variable valency. See, as I told you that first A group elements, second A group elements, third A group elements, fourth A group elements, fifth A group elements, sixth A group elements, seventh A group elements and 0 group elements. Valency with respect to hydrogen will always be 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1 and 0. How you can prove it, that how valency of first A group element is 1? See, NaH. How many hydrogens are there? 1 hydrogen. So the valency of sodium is 1. BeH2. How many hydrogens are there? 2 hydrogens. So the valency of beryllium is 2. BH3. See, how many hydrogen atoms are there? 3 hydrogen atoms. So the valency of boron is 3. CH4. How many hydrogens are there? 4 hydrogens. So the valency of carbon is 4. Now C, NH3. How many hydrogens are there? 3. So the valency of nitrogen is 3. How many hydrogen atoms here are? 2. So the valency of oxygen is 2. C, HF, HCl, HBr. How many hydrogens are there? 1. So the valency of F or Cl or Br will always be 1. And with 0 group elements, no compound will be formed with hydrogen. So valency will be 0. Valency of 0 group element will be 0 with respect to hydrogen. Now we will go to the next one, valency with reference to oxygen or halogen. See here Na2O. Valency of oxygen is 2 na, 2 sodiums are there. So 2 sodiums are having valency 2, means 1 sodium will be having 1 valency. So here it is 1. Now see BeO. What is the valency of oxygen? 2. So the valency of beryllium will also be 2. Now see B2O3. How many oxygens are there with this boron? 3 oxygen atoms are there. So the valency of boron will be 3. CO2. How many oxygens are there? 2 oxygen. 1 oxygen is having valency 2. 2 oxygen will be having 4. So carbon will be having valency 4. Then N2O5. Valency of nitrogen here is 5. As yesterday only I told you, valency with respect to oxygen or halogen will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 0. So see here, valency of sodium is 1, here it is 2, here it is 3, here it is 4, and here valency of nitrogen with respect to oxygen or halogen is 5. Then SO3. SO3, here the valency of sulfur will be 6. Valency of oxygen is 2 and 3 oxygen atoms are there. So the valency of sulfur will be 6. Then Cl2O7. Here the valency of Cl will be 7. And what about the 0 group elements? Inert gases, valency will be 0 because they do not react with oxygen or halogen generally. Some exceptions are there that we will talk later words. Now see, this was about the first day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, sixth day, seventh day, and 0 group elements, that is S and P block elements. Later words in transitional metal chapter we will discuss about the variable valencies of D and F block elements. Now see, as I told you, covalency may or may not be equal to oxidation number, but electrovalency or ionic valency will always be numerically equal to the oxidation number or charge. Oxidation number or charge both are one and the same thing, and electrovalency will always be numerically equal to the oxidation number or charge, but covalency may or may not be equal to oxidation number or charge. And one more point I have told you, elements will always show 0 valency. Elements, they are there in their free state, will always show, they are in their elemental state, will always show 0 oxidation state. And in compounds and in molecules also, total net oxidation number will always be equal to 0. See, now we will take some specific examples. Oxygen, this is oxide. This oxide is having oxidation number 2, charge 2. This is oxide, this is peroxide. This peroxide, that is O2, will be having 2 minus oxidation state. So 1 oxygen will be having 1 minus. Now this was oxide, this is peroxide. Now we will be talking about superoxide. This is superoxide. So in superoxide, 2 oxygens will be having 1 minus. So 1 oxygen will be having minus half charge. That's fractional charge. That won't be possible theoretically, but it is mathematically possible because 2 oxygen atoms are having 1 minus charge. So 1 oxygen atom will be having minus 1 charge. Now see here, this is oxide. This is oxide, this one is peroxide, and this one is superoxide. So oxygen can have 2 minus or 1 minus or minus half charge depending upon the nature of the oxide, whether it is oxide, peroxide or superoxide. Oxygen can be minus half also in OF2. In OF2, this is the superoxide, there it is minus half. And in OF2, see, this is 2 minus, this is 2 minus, so this will be 2 plus. Here oxygen will be 2 plus charged. Oxidation number will be 2 plus. And in O2F2, this is 2 minus, this will be 2 plus. 2 oxygen atoms will be having 2 plus, so 1 oxygen will be having 1 plus. See here, in oxide, oxygen is minus 2 charged. In peroxide, oxygen is 1 minus charged. And in superoxide, oxygen will be minus half charge. And in oxygen difluoride, oxygen will be 2 plus charge. And in disodium difluoride, oxygen will be 1 plus charge. Then in O2PTF6, in this O2PTF6, that's a complex compound. Here this platinum will be showing plus 5 oxidation state. That's very, very rare but here platinum will be showing that rare oxidation state, that is 5 plus. This platinum is 5 plus, this fluorine is 6 minus, so this will be having minus 1 charge, so this O2 will be having plus 1. 2 oxygen atoms are having plus 1 charge, so 1 oxygen will be having plus half charge. So this is all about the oxidation number shown by oxygen. They are in different compounds. In oxides it is minus 2, in peroxide it is minus 1, in superoxide it is minus half, in OF2 it is 2 plus, in O2F2 it is 1 plus, and in O2PtF6 oxygen will be showing plus half oxidation state. Platinum here is 5 plus, that's very rare oxidation state. Now see, this is all about the oxygen. Now we'll talk about hydrogen. Hydrogen can show plus 1 and minus 1 oxidation states. Fluorine can show only minus 1 oxidation state. No other oxidation state fluorine can ever show. Fluorine is the most electronegative element. It is having highest electronegativity out of all elements they are there in the periodic table. So fluorine can show only minus 1 oxidation state. It can never show any other oxidation state. See, in CH3Cl, this is minus 1, this is 3 plus, so this will be 2 minus. This carbon will be showing 2 minus oxidation state. In CH2Cl2, this is 2 minus, this is 2 plus, so will be 0. This carbon will be showing 0 oxidation state. CHCl3, this is 3 minus, this is 1 plus, so 2 minus, so this carbon will be 2 plus. Then CCl4, this carbon will be showing 4 plus oxidation state. CH4, this carbon will be showing here 4 minus oxidation state. Now see, they are in glucose, they are in glucose, C2H, C12, H6, sorry, C6H12. What about glucose? Glucose, this is C6H12O6, this is glucose. Here you want to calculate oxidation state of carbon. 6H plus 12 minus 12 is equal to 0. So 6H will be equal to 0. So H will be equal to 0. In glucose, carbon will be showing 0 oxidation state. That is what I told you there in the beginning. Carbon, valency of carbon is 4. Carbon is tetracovalent. Carbon is tetracovalent. Carbon is tetracovalent. This is about the covalency of carbon, that is always 4. What about the oxidation number? In CH3Cl, carbon can show 2 minus oxidation state. In CH2Cl2, carbon can show 0 oxidation state. In CHCl3, that is chloroform, carbon can show 2 plus oxidation state. In carbon tetrachloride, that is pyrene, that is tetrachloromethane, that is perchloromethane, oxidation state of carbon is 4 plus. In CH4, oxidation state of carbon is 4 minus, and in glucose, carbon is having 0 oxidation states. So that is what I told you. Valency may, here valency is equal to oxidation number, here it is equal to oxidation number or charge, but in all rest of the cases, in all these cases, valency is different from the oxidation number. That is what I told you. Covalency may or may not be equal to oxidation number, but electrovalency or ionic valency will always be equal to the oxidation number. So see, this is all about the basic idea of valency, oxidation number and charge. In our next video, we will discuss a specific oxidation number shown by different elements and different compounds. So in next video, which I will be posting tomorrow, I will be talking about some examples in which we will talk about the exact oxidation number, and simultaneously we will be discussing about the average oxidation number method also. Fine. Thank you very much. Thank you.